Good morning, students. Welcome to the Success at CA Foundation exam for May 2025 examinations. Paper 3, Foundation Quantitative Aptitude. Myself, Dr. N.V. Ravi, Faculty BoS Studies. This is organized by the BoS Studies Academics. Welcome, students. Today's session is guiding just how to write the foundation paper examination, paper 3 quantitative aptitude successfully also. This is a 100% objective question paper and multiple choice question paper. All questions carry 1 mark each. Each question should be having 4 choices also. And weightage for the business mathematics is 40 marks, logical reasoning 20 marks, and statistics 40 marks. This is about the quantitative aptitude paper. There are total 18 chapters in the material, study material also. In the business mathematics, 8 chapters, and logical reasoning 4 chapters, remaining 6 chapters having the in statistics portion. And let us have discussion about the how to write this examination and how to attempt this paper using this is a just motivating. Already you have joined most of the BoS live virtual classes are also. Most of them joined and most of the students are also successfully completed the while attempted the CA Foundation examination also. This is a very helpful for you in future attempting the sessions also, attempting the question paper of the foundation examination also. And this is already covered in foundation. We talked already about the what is the general scenario about the question paper also pattern also. Now I'm coming up to the important things which is required in the this paper is there are some materials are also available and examination tips are also available in this book. If you look at the September 2024 edition of Students Journal also, Students News Journal also, subject-wise specific preparation and examination tips were also given. Please look at there. You will be definitely benefited there also. And subject-wise specific guidelines are also be given in the September 2024 exam Students Journal also. Further, even apart from that, roadmap for success in the April 2024 edition also be. This is a very important for you also. And apart from that, one more thing, the study material, apart from the study material, BoS has developed other important things are also. One is the series of 10 model test papers are also be available even in the link also be BoS knowledge portal also be available. Please practice subject wise. That will be definitely helpful to you for making successful in the examination also. Then next one is one more important thing I would like to suggest. BoS Studies has prepared this a beautiful material called Saransh Each paper having the sarans are also. It has been developed very beautifully, colorfully also be, and pictures are also made very beautifully. This is very helpful for the examination also. And further, if you want anything you want to see, the paper wise guidelines are also be available in the students journal also be. If you want to see the OMR sheet format also be, this resource CDN ICAI.org, there you can see the format of the OMR sheet also be. Wherever the necessary just roll numbers can be upper top, upper portion, you fill in the black ballpoint pen, or the circle part should be filled with a black HB pencil only. Circle part should be darkened with HB bond pencil only. These are the about the small tips about the examination. Now I'm coming to the other important tips which you want to see. This paper is having the 100 marks objective type question paper. Examination date is 17th May 2025 for the foundation paper 3. And next is the examination for the foundation paper 3 and paper 4 is the 2 hours paper only. 2 hours means 2 to 4. And there is no like question paper reading time is also be not there for this paper also. That means the exam would be of 2 to 4, and reading time, there is no specific reading time for this paper also be. Now, whether the calculator be used in the CA foundation exam or not. This is about the important tip. Many students ask about these tips are also. Students are allowed use of battery operated portable calculator in the subjects for calculator, and they having the 6 digits functions and 12 digits uh, and with the 2 memories calculator are allowed. And what about Mr. Naram Sethi? Naram Sethi, what is your query? Please. Naram Sethi? Yes, Mr. Naram Sethi. Hello. Any query, please let me know. Otherwise, it will disturb. कोई query है तो बता दीजिए. This is about the examination. Just about the calculator would be used in the foundation exam. The other important things students are generally asking about the whether the rough paper would be provided or not. Yes, rough paper would be there in the question paper itself. The specific and the first page of left side actually, or last page of the 2 pages are given for specifically using the rough for these papers of like using the quantitative aptitude and other MCQ papers are also. This is about the general tips. And now coming to the subject wise, business mathematics having the 40 marks, and statistics is 40 marks. Logical reasoning is 20 marks. One is if we come into the business mathematics part, This is a purely numerical based. This syllabus includes chapters that have been studied in the 12th standards only. About the math, non-math students are also can manage and will prepare with other two sections are also be like logical reasoning and statistics part also. But most of the concepts in the business mathematics part is up to the any board in the country, like any state boards or central boards, and most of the things are covered up to SSLC or SSC or 10th class also be. Some of these chapters may be covered in the 12th standard. If you look at the applied mathematics syllabus of the CBSE also NCERT syllabus, that is useful for here also. Whereas logical reasoning, we have the 4 chapters here, and each chapter and how much weightage is getting, and the chapter wise weightage will be discussing in the 4th coming slides. And very simple, once you clearly able to understand and read the question carefully, you will be able to easily score well, and you will be attempt very well. And the only thing is you have to practice by understanding the questions carefully and read well. Coming to the statistics part is also be very simple. This section includes both numerical and theoretical questions are also be. Most of the questions are come from the background of like 10th class and 12th class syllabus of the most of the CBSE syllabuses or NCERT syllabus like
सर
that. Yes, Mr. Naram Shetty, please tell me.
वो आईसीए में बुक केक मिलेगा बोल के वो कुछ बोला था ना सर सत्या मतलब वो क्या कुछ बुक मिलेगा एग्जाम के पहले
कौन सा बुक चाहिए आपको बताइए?
वो कौन सा अभी दिखा है ना सर एक बुक बोल के
ये सारांश वाला किताब है, आप बोल रहे हैं ये वाला है?
हाँ वो किधर मिलेगा सर आईसीए पोर्टल में मेरे को मैं नहीं जानता
वो किताब है BoS नॉलेज पोर्टल में, स्टडी मटेरियल के नीचे दिखेगा ना, सारांश नाम से टाइप कर लो, देख लो, वो वहां मिल जाता है।
हाँ
और
सर
सीडीएस में भी ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं, ये बहुत बढ़िया किताब है, सभी को
कैसा
ना
ऑर्डर कर
बहुत यूज।
सकते हैं सर
सीडीएस बोलते हैं ना पोर्टल, सीडीएस पोर्टल ICAI का, बुक्स वहां से ऑर्डर कर सकते
सीडीएस
हैं। ठीक है,
ओके सर थैंक यू
थैंक यू। Now coming to the part wise weightage also we will be discussing in the slides. And all these resources about the student journal and all the things read carefully. One is the study material. About the study material, this is a very important thing. Latest study material also be there. Updates are also be available. Now, the important thing is next saransh and about the roadmap for success, and use the April 2024 edition and September 2024 edition, and recently April 2025 edition also examination tips were also be provided there. These are the general tips. You should be carefully read about our study material carefully, and use of our materials. Our materials are only important. Actually, these are all mentioned very clearly, and this is for the exam purpose also be, it is very helpful to you. That I want to highlight. And look at other sources are also be there, but like model test papers used by the in the study material also be helpful to you. Now coming to the some specific points related to the calculator also be used. Now chapter wise how many marks of the questions major weightage has been given, that I want to discuss in this. What about Naram Shetty? Tell me. Mr. Shetty is there in the online? No. Okay.
यस सर, यस।
बताइए क्या चाहिए आपको?
वो सीडीएस में कैसा ऑर्डर करते हैं मेरे को पता नहीं चल रहा है सर।
आप ऑर्डर कर दो, उसमें अभी सेशन में पूरा इसका मैं बताने, उसमें जाके आपका यह नंबर डाल के जस्ट आई वांट टू ऑर्डर दैट ऑर्डर ऑर्डर कर दिए। अदरवाइज आज सीडीएस का नंबर होते हैं वो, हाँ फोन करके पूछ लो, वो समझा देगा।
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू सर।
ठीक। नाउ business mathematics having the 40 marks, you know very well. The major weightage has been given in this subject wise mathematics of finance, that is time value of money. Earlier we have changed the title only. Chapter name is mathematics of finance for chapter 4. Expected questions are coming for the examinations are 12 to 14 questions. And ratio, proportions, indices, and logarithms. If you look at this ratio, one question, proportion, one question, indices, one question, logarithmic, one or two questions. That means 5 questions are coming from this chapter also. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression, 2 plus 2, 4 questions, and equations expected that 5 questions. Coverage is 50% of the syllabus and 70%, 50% of the syllabus, 70% of the marks actually. That means of the 40 out of 40. This is a very crucial and important chapters. The weightage has been given very well here. Next is, if you look at the mathematics of finance, what kind of questions, what kind of things will be asking, and all these things you have to practice from the study material. And I will advise in the later stage how the study material, important soft study material also be. And sincerely advice is that go by chapter wise weightage also be, that will be helpful to you also. And sets, relations, functions, basics of limits and continuity functions. If you look at some of the very easy chapters like sets, relations, functions, basics of limits and continuity functions. Sets very easy and scoring for chapter also. Functions are also very easy, and basics applications only, limits and continuity functions about the functions for the material. And 4 questions are expected from this chapter, and carefully read the questions, practice well, then you will be easily able to attempt this chapter. Linear inequalities, expected questions are maximum of 2 or 1 or 2 questions. From these, 75% of the syllabus and 80% of the coverage also. If overall look at 80% of the coverage, that means 33 out of 40. Now, look at the permutation and combinations are also be. From the permutations, 2 questions. From the combinations, 2 questions are given. These are about the weightage. I'm talking about the how many questions are expecting from these chapters. Next one is application of differential and integral calculus, maximum of 3 to 4 questions, and coverage would be of the syllabus 40 to 100%. That means these are about the 8 chapters, how the distribution of the questions or weightage of the questions has been explained. Now I'm coming to the next chapter. Next part is the logical reasoning. You all know very well. Logical reasoning is a simple and easy also. The chapter, we have the four chapters here, and number series, coding, decoding, and odd man out. 5 questions are expected from this chapter. Direction test 5, seating arrangements 5, blood relations 5. Somebody, Mr. Chalasani, has raised the hand. Yes, Mr. Chalasani. What's your query? Please tell me, Chalasani. Are you comfort? I'm waiting for you. Otherwise, I will continue. Okay. This is about the logical reasoning, how the weightage has been given for each chapter wise. We have 4 chapters here, 5 questions each from this chapter, total 20 marks. Next one is now coming to the statistics part. Statistics part is 40 marks, and then the major weightage has been given statistical description of data and sampling and measures of central tendency and dispersion. If we combine these 2 chapters, we get the 20 marks, and the correlation regression 5 marks, index numbers 5 marks, expected number of questions. This is a very simple and easily able to attempt also. Please look at logical reasoning earlier, and that number series, coding, decoding, and odd man out. 1 question from odd man out, 1 from coding, and number series 1 question. Maybe from this coding, decoding, 2 questions are also number series, 1 question also be. Direction test 5 questions overall, and which direction it is there, and we have to based on this direction, and you have to answer that. Seating arrangements and blood relations, 5 questions. Now I am coming to these chapters. Statistics already discussed also, and probability also be 5 questions, and theoretical distributions expected questions are 5. That is from the binomial, Poisson, and normal distributions questions. This is about the background of weightage, how it is distributed in the chapter wise also be, and section wise. Business mathematics 40 questions, statistics 40 questions, logical reasoning 20 questions. Next, and other, still time is there. Be confident, and you will be, one thing is you don't lose, and you be confident on study materials, and don't deviate on the last minute changing anything, and at least 8 hours per day you will be concentrate. From this day you will be able to easily come out, and result will be good, positive. And break down the, if you have some difficult problems in the quantitative aptitude, into smaller and manageable steps. That's making to conveniently just use diagrams, use tables or equation to organize information, and simplicity of calculations. Topic wise, you have the smaller segments are also focused on specific topics within the quantitative aptitude. Suppose you are very much confident on the certain topics are also be, and just focus on and make your own notes, simple tips, That will be definitely helpful to you. And already these have been discussed. Now concentrate on easy topics when you attempt quickly for examples also. Logical reasoning, if you look at all chapters, there is no confusion and all that whatever the syllabus has provided at a foundation level, that is a number series, odd man out, coding and decoding, seating arrangements, direction test, and blood relations also. All are very simple and easy to, you can easily catch. One time or two times, if you are able to read the question carefully, you will be able to understand very well. Statistics part, if you look at the statistics part, the first chapter, the statistical description of data and sampling, there's a very simple and you will be able to attempt also. Only this, most of the things are related to theoretical also. Measures of central tendency, if you look at, that is the central positions, mathematical averages or statistical positional averages are also there. Then mathematical averages are AM, GM, and HM. Means A means arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. And positional averages are the median and mode also. Next one is dispersion, measures of the dispersion, how the data is dispersed, variating from the amount. Absolute measures of dispersion and relative measures of dispersions. These are the two types of dispersions are also there. And stay carefully read the definition of each chapters. What about the absolute and relative also? And coming to the absolute measures, there are range, quartile deviation, standard deviation, and mean deviations. There are the coefficient of variations. These are the various relative measures of dispersions are also. Again, Naram Shetty, what happened? Yes.
सर मेरा डिग्री एग्जाम्स वजह से मैं अभी तक कंप्लीट नहीं किया अच्छे से कैसे कर दिए फ्यू डेज है ना कैसे कंप्लीट करना है कोर्स बोल के
आपने अपना डिग्री एग्जाम के लिए पूछ रहा है, इधर के लिए पूछ रहे हैं, बताइए फाउंडेशन के लिए?
फाउंडेशन के लिए सर डिग्री एग्जाम्स हो गया अभी मतलब कल हुआ तो
पहले आपने आज से भी है, अभी टाइम है, अभी 8 घंटे रोज पढ़ाई कर दीजिए ध्यान से। जो भी स्टडी मटेरियल है अच्छा से, जो चैप्टर आप कॉन्फिडेंट होते उसी में आप बहुत अच्छा ध्यान कर दीजिए, ठीक है? और टाइम कॉन्फिडेंटली पहले सबसे विश्वास रख लो, अपने अपने से विश्वास रख के पढ़ाई करो, आपको आराम से बाकी चीज एग्जामिनेशन है, क्वेश्चन है 90% है क्वेश्चन है स्टडी मटेरियल से आ जाते एक्चुअली, और प्रीवियस मॉडल टेस्ट पेपर से होते, एग्जाम्पल्स पढ़ाई कर लो अच्छे से। ये है हमारा तरफ से टिप्स, इतना ही बोल सकते, बाकी आप ही करने पड़ेगा मेहनत।
ओके सर,
थैंक यू। नाउ sampling measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion and correlation. And what about the correlation and measures of correlation and regression? What is the regression line, y on x and x on y? What about the regression coefficients? All these are very simple and easy to understand also. Now coming to the index number chapters, 5 questions are there, 5 to 6 questions they may ask. What is simple index number, what is the price index numbers or quantity index numbers. Like here price index numbers are concerned like this POSIX index numbers, last price index numbers, last price index number, POSIX index number, BoS index number, and Marshall Edgeworth index number. Next one is simple, very important Fisher's index numbers are also there. And the test of inadequacy fish is concerned. There are um, four tests of adequacy: unit test, time reversal test, factor reversal test, and circular test. These are all very important there. Yes, Mr. Uh, Arbendu Biswas,
Sir,
tell me, please.
sir, sampling. Please elaborate bit about elaborate bit about the sampling, because sampling types of sampling. I want to know bit about types of sampling, as this chapter was left out in the regular LBC.
Okay,
Like,
okay. No, it was left actually. Look at my dear friend. Actually, it's a very simple only. If you study the study material also be, it is a self-explanatory also be. Before concluding the section also be, I will try to what are the important aspects that are important for the examination point of view. That I can definitely uh, explain.
okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Next, important thing is 5 questions easily able to attempt from this index number chapters are also. And I'm talking about the average of average students, how they can easily able to come out from this examination, and these are the important tips are also. Look at these Charlie's 20 marks from the logical reasoning, 40 marks from the statistics part, total 60 easily you can able to attempt. Please devote your time at least 8 hours per day from the day to day, and you will be definitely able to success from the examination. And while coming to the maths chapter, you will be focused on the ratio, proportions, sets, functions, relations. Sets, functions, relations, very easy. Mr. Shayan Man NRO student, the same thing only I am explained, my dear friend, and I'm talking about that only. Okay, thank you for your query, and I just talking about the those tips only. Next one is already we have discussed about the easy chapters, which is more weightage also be you can able to understand also. That is for the average students or like you will get the confidence on those topics actually once you are practice such topics which are easy to attempt also be easy to understand also be, that will be definitely helpful to you. These are my clear cut guidance, and please focus on that. Some of them are already in the several times when we are taking the sessions, we got the feedback from the students like that. Sir, हमको permutation combinations, differential and integral calculus बहुत मुश्किल होते actually. My suggestion is, let us for such topics focus on the study material where all examples, let us complete it from today itself, from today onwards also. If you see the study material examples, 4 or 5 days, you will be complete all the examples are also. This will get to confidence on to more sums on the other exercise sums are also be. Most of the things are similar to those examples are also be. You will be able to understand very clearly also. And this is my sincere suggestion to you for those topics like probability distributions, mathematics of finance, permutation and combinations, arithmetic and geometric. Once again, I am telling about this. If you look at the latest, the Saransh also the material, if you go through inside of the chapters are also, we have beautifully prepared and where you can find out those topics which are especially I'm talking about certain chapters. It was being given very well explained about these persons. You will be able to understand about the ratio, proportions, indices, and logarithms. And the next one is good number of examples were also be given in this chapter. Apart from that, actually, mathematics of finance, those questions which are explained very beautifully for the in the study material uh, exercise sums are also be covered there. This is my request to all the students. Once you go through, actually, the chapter wise formulas were also be explained beautifully. Next, coming to the chapters, already I had told you this is a very easy. First one is the ratio, proportions, indices, and logarithms. What are the importance of ratio? And what is the inverse ratio? What is such kind of questions are very important. Proportions. Uh, what is directly proportioned also? Identify, be curious, master in mathematical formulas, manage your time, use shortcut techniques, check your answers, and practice mock test papers also. Now, already, if you look at this about this, how to crack the requiring strong understanding of the mathematical concepts, problem solving things, time management abilities. By how you improve the time management skills means by practicing well only, and by adopting structured study approach means you have time, means some still you have good time, you would devote on time. Please don't divert into your time to unnecessarily into by seeing the other social media activities and other. For some time just you please stop on that activities. That will be definitely improve your concentration. Your focus is on only examination to achieve the success only. That is the very important thing. It is essential to build a solid conceptual foundation, practice regularly, then you will be able to achieve achieve very successfully also. And these problem solver skills will be definitely improve the your skills to excel yourself also be. So you need with good dedication, perseverance, and preparation, candidates can overcome all challenges and perform well in the exams. This is about the foundation exam. Already explained about this, what is the range of the questions are also be, and what kind of questions are all coming from this chapter actually. Ratio and proportions, read through theory given at the beginning of chapter, a warm up, and then start solving the MCQs given in the study material also. And how to compute and compare the two ratios, affect the increase and decrease the quantities based on the ratios, and the concept of application of different types of ratios also. Inverse ratio, what is meant by inverse ratio, and talk about the when some mixers are there, mixers and functions, and there also be these ratios are how would be changed in the when adding of milk and water, what is the new ratio. These kind of examples are very, very important. Next one is talk about the proportions. Proportions come from that, what is the proportion, cross product rule, continued proportions, mean proportions, and that is what is called what is the when there's like product of extremes equal to product of means, what is the fourth proportional, mean proportion, and what is the properties of proportion is coming, cross product rule, invertendo, alternando, componendo, dividendo, and compoundendo and dividendo. All these properties just carefully see the from the study material also. These will be definitely helpful in the examination. This is about the ratio and proportions. If you concentrately see these formulas, you will be definitely attempt these two questions from this. Next one is indices, and the laws of indices properties are very important. That is, four laws were given based on the four laws of properties. That is like indices. If you look at the what is law one says that a power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n, a power m by a power n equal to a power m minus n when m is greater than n, and next one is a power m whole to the power of n, a to the power of mn, and ab whole to the power of n equal to a power n into b power n. These are about the property, simple laws of indices properties are also. Logarithms here base 10 only, and from here also be log again very important change of base and logarithmic tables. Just a logarithmic table, whether they are students are generally asking in the examination who forget about the logger table and other thing, but just concentrately see the what is Mentissa and characteristic, what is the understanding, we how to understand this Mantissa and characteristics, and about and other functions or all other applications of the logarithms. Next one is very important and easy, and one is the equation chapter. From the equation chapter, if you look at the equation chapter, simple equations, how it can be solved. Next one is simultaneous equation can be how can be solved. And look, when we talking about the equations and the quotients, generally we have to find out the about the unknown values only, and how these can be solved also be. And with unknown values, generally trial and error method, just substitute one of the x options there, you will be quickly able to answer the question also be. Next one is talk about the simultaneous linear equation method, how it can be given in the 2.6 page number 2.6 in the study material also very. Next one is now coming to the important chapter, quadratic equation means. It is a second when ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. The degree is a second degree polynomial, we call it as the quadratic equation. So we will get the roots of the quadratic equation. If degree is 2, we will get the two roots of the quadratic equation, and that is x equal to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a, and the sum of the roots and the product of the roots of the quadratic equation. Sum of the roots is minus b by a, and the product of the roots is minus ac by a. Like that way, and how to construct the quadratic equation: x square minus sum of the roots plus product of the roots equal to 0, and nature of the roots. If d is called discriminant and b square minus 4ac, we can say if the b square minus 4ac equal to 0, roots are real and equal. B square minus 4ac is greater than 0, roots are real and unequal. B square minus 4ac less than 0, roots are imaginary roots. These are about the in the study material. If you look at these 2.15 and 2.16 pages, this you will be understand the about the quadratic equation natures are also, and how the sum of the roots, and based on that product of the roots alpha and plus beta and alpha minus beta, the examples also look at, and that will be definitely helpful in the examination. Next, very important thing is, for this examination, for this chapter is concerned, uh, this quadratic equation, nature of the quadratic equation is very important. Then cubic equation, how to find the cubic equation also be in the examples were also be given, and concentrate on that one. And next one is, if the simultaneous equations are concerned, the x cross product rules are also be given. Method of elimination also, cross multiplication method, that's also be very important. By using the trial and error method also be, you can able to solve. Now coming to the linear inequalities are concerned, how to find the equation, and how to objective function can be defined. What is the maximum profit will be maximized, and loss would be minimized, and these are the functions how it can be defined also. Profit maximization function. Okay, cost minimization. Then cost is concerned minimization. These are all about the uh, linear inequalities are concerned. Now talk about the Mr. Naram Shetty, please come. बोलिए क्या डाउट है? आपके डाउट क्या है बेटा? Yes. Now coming to the chapter like mathematics of finance. Mathematics of finance already explained. Naram Shetty, Mr. Naset, Sagar, Naram Shetty Sagar, I had already explained. Okay. Now I'm coming to the mathematics of finance chapter. What are the important questions? How to solve this also be, and practice the numerical problems related to the simple interest, compound interest, and what is the how calculations can be like annuities, present value, future value, and depreciation methods, etc. questions which are given in the already in this study material also be. I already suggested you students. मैंने पहले भी सजेस्ट किया बच्चों को ऑलरेडी सभी क्वेश्चंस है almost all important questions है how when it will become the simple interest becomes 2 times or 3 times when such questions are there already tips were given in the study in the Xarans also. Please concentrate on that. Please verify there. You will be able to understand also. Now talk about the permutation, combination, sets, the relations, functions, equations, series. Make a list of all major math formulas, concepts of permutations, combinations, and pin them to a board for easy reference. Understand the concept of set theory. What is set theory means? Probability of A union B, A intersection B. What is Cartesian products? A cross B. In such cases, what is the such formulas are all given in the study materials. De Morgan's law and the how it will be explained also. Statistics, differential calculus already explained there about the first principle, derivative of a first principle applications, appreciation varies with techniques of integration, understand the concept of different and integral functions and its applications. Prepare your own study notes for that also. Logical reasoning is concerned. The first chapter is the series of letters, coding, good, and the numbers are concerned. They are going in a very systematic manner. Second chapter deals with the test set. Questions consist of short direction puzzle, a successive follow of direction, formula related to the students required to ascertain final direction. Means suppose for total 8 directions are concerned. A east, opposite west, south, north. A northeast, a southeast, southwest, northwest. And like that, 8 directions are whether the person is seeing inside the circle or outside this circle. Based on that, you have to find the whether going in a which direction, clockwise direction or like anti-clockwise direction. This about the simple logic about the questions. Sitting arrangements, whether last seeing the immediate left or immediate right who is sitting. Such type of questions will be important. This is about the northeast actually. Total 8 directions. When we talk about the direction test also. And blood relations will also be very important. 3 generations are given. Our grandfather, father, and father's son. Like that, actually, you have to find out the relationship among the families also. How many male members are there? How many female members are there? Such kind of questions are also become in the examinations. You have to identify those questions. Practice well. I would be suggest like that only. This about the examination tips only for the. Next, coming to the statistics part. Statistics part is also be very important. And to understand overview of the subject of statistics and application thereof. Know about the data collection techniques, including this extension of primary and secondary data. Know about the present of data, textual and tabular format, including technique of creating frequency distribution, working out the cumulative. present data and textual and the concepts of sampling also. Now, if you look at the Mr. Somebody, Mr. Biswas has raised the question, statistics part is concerning uh, sampling is not given actually. And here, if you look at the study material, we talk about only sampling, simple sampling only. Basically, what is the probability sampling, non-probability sampling, and mixed sampling also. This is a three types of sampling, which are we can't able to study the entire population. It's a very difficult. In such case, the sampling is necessary. So by using the various methods like a probability sampling or non-probability sampling and mixed sampling also be. And simple random sampling is one method. Stratified sampling means and making into stratas with the same kind of identity groups into one part. Then from there we can select randomly, and this is a called stratified sampling. And multi-stage in the sampling is another method, and this where sampling also in the sampling is supposed to compose the first stage sampling units for each turned up. Suppose come out the second stage sampling in each, which you completely take into different stages of sampling and to units separately. Uh, we take into multi-stage sampling. How it can be identify the samples are also be given in the examples also in the study material. And systematic sampling, what is the purposive sampling and judgment sampling. This only talk about these types of sampling in the material. So we are not talking about the details. Now, very simple, only statistics part is given here in the study material. And some important associates of sampling, also the basics of sample, what is the characteristic they have to maintain, and what is they have to follow the statistics principle, statistical regularity while collecting the sample, principle of inertia, principle of optimization, principle of validity, and what about the sampling errors and sampling, non-sampling errors, and some what is population and what is universe actually. And what is parameter, and whatever the things we are collected mean and population means, these are all called parameters actually, mean about the standard deviation and other things. So these formulas are also be given in the material. Look at there and you will be able to understand this. And sampling distribution and the standard error is also be one of the important aspect that I will discuss for a small break of 2 minutes. I will come back. Technical team, just for a 2 minutes break. We are come back to the discussion like simple. I am just simply highlighting about the sampling and sampling where some important questions are important for the examination also. The important questions from this chapter is like sampling distribution. What is a standard error or a statistics? We talk about the population also be and parameter also be and about the various what are the sampling methods and what are the errors in sampling also be sampling errors and non-sampling errors are also be what is important, what is the population and units. Simple notations only, my dear friend, I would like to highlight here. If you take the entire population size, that is the number of persons is n. Suppose entire Indian population is how. These are notations we use this population for that. Small n for the how many observations are there. That is the for the sample size. And coming to the population, the x square, x bar mean, this sample mean. This is the sample mean. The notation for that population mean, which we are using these, is the mu. Simple, no need to confusion on these aspects only. We talk about the sample mean. If you use the notation is the x bar, and if you talk about the population mean, the parameter we use these. These are which is called the parameter. This is called x bar is called the statistics. Okay, this is nothing but we are talking about the notations which are used in the statistical also. What is the sample standard deviation and sample standard? Yes, this is sample standard deviation. Population standard deviation sigma. Like that way, we are using the notations while computing the standard, the samples and the populations. Simply difference is the when we collect the data from the observations, we call as the samples actually from the population. Whether they are following the characteristics of the populations are all, which are also explained in the material. Now, what is the parameter? Maybe character of the page data, the limits, that is population, that is called the parameters actually. And what is a statistics is the may be defined as a statistical measurable sample observations based on the samples. Okay, this is what is difference about the statistics and the population also. What is about the standard error? Standard error is a regarding measure of precision achievement of the sampling. The standard error is about the statistical standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the population is called the standard error. What is the here? The sampling distribution is just like a theoretical probability distribution process. The different characteristics, the mean of the standard statistics obtained from the sampling distribution is known as the expectation. The standard deviation of the statistic T is known as the standard error. With regard to the precision achieving the sampling, standard error, very important, is inversely related to proportion of the square of the size. When inversely means there is a opposite direction. When sizes increases, standard error decreases. This is the simple logic for the examination point of view. Just remember, these are the what is important. When talk about the what is sampling distribution with replacement and without replacement. This is also very important for the examination point of view. When we take samples from the populations, Again, we are replacing the same thing with replacement. We are removing the already collected those observations, then already collected those samples, and we are just removing from that. That is without replacement. With replacement and without replacement, just to see what the examples. Population having the population of 5, and without replacement you have to take the 3 items from there. Then 5C3 you have to calculate, and that is NCR waste, which is already NCN waste, which is given. Without replacement means n to the power of sorry, without replacement. Without replacement is NC n waste, and with replacement is n to the power of n base. This you have to remember, and you have to answer the very well. This 13.21 and 13.2.2, page number 13.49 are very, very example. Once again, just I would like to highlight, what about the, in case of sampling with replacement, the total number of samples can be drawn. When it comes to sampling without replacing of sampling, the total number of samples can be drawn in NCN base. Hope you understand what is the NCN. Where it is used is sampling without replacement. Without replacement, NCN used. With replacement is n to the power of n is used. These are the about the, what is the difference between the standard error and the precision, which are the population size, which is inversely proportional also. And these are the important questions for the examination point of view also. And when we talk about the sampling and non-sampling methods and what is judgmental sampling, these are the various types of samplings are also be given. And I can only discuss about this at this point of time. These are the very important questions. Concentrate on the examination questions point of view, and you will be able to successful in this chapter. Now, any doubt, please tell me about this. Somebody asked, who is this gentleman? सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, क्या डाउट है आपका पर सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी में? Okay, we are now coming to the measures of central tendency chapter. Measures of central tendency is very, very, very important. Arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean, and harmonic mean, and for them, and grouped data, ungrouped data. Various types of formulas were also be given. Merits and demerits of each kind of, like a mean, median, mode, geometric mean, and harmonic mean, and various computational techniques like for the grouped and ungrouped data were given. Now I'm talking about the advantages and disadvantages or merits and demerits. Each measures of central tendency having this some kind of deficiency or like a disadvantage while computing there. They are not following the some kind of statistical principles of, like, there is kind of some fluctuations. They are not like when you discuss about the various measures of tendency can about their properties. The best measure of central tendency is concerned usually is the mean. Best measure of central tendency for the examination point of view, some kind of tips I would like to highlight actually. These are very important for the exam, such question. Best measure of central tendency is the arithmetic mean, and which is based on the all the observations are also be and comprehensive and simple to calculate and simple, and they are following the and if we talk about the sampling fluctuations is concerned, there have the one drawback about the if you take the uh, like one small value, one highest value, the mean would be having the some kind of the mean might not be appropriate there actually. Means average mean is the smallest value, and when we talk about the largest value or like a maximum the largest values when we are included in the series, such cases actually mean may not be appropriate for the it has the sampling fluctuation. So the mean may reduce or mean may show exactly some kind of sampling fluctuations. Mean is not suitable for the open-ended kind of classification. Means some kind of questions like open-ended classifications means when you say the surveys are also be open-end questions type of questions are there. Such cases, which is the best measure of measures of central tendency open-ended classification? This is another important question. One want to listen from this. One is median is the best measure of central tendency for the open-ended classification. Students, please listen and understand the second question which I am talking about. The is mean is median is the best measure of central tendency for the open-ended classification. Hope you understand. Next one, the median is the rigidly defined and easy to comprehend, but median is not based on the all the observations, but it has the meaning. However, this measures of open-ended classification best measure of tendency. Next one is relationship between the mean, median, and mode, and equal to mean minus mode equal to 3 times of mean minus median, mode equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. And for the specific garment industries and other industries where you have the manufacturing industry, shoe manufacturing industry, so where they want to produce the products actually using the mode only. Actually, mode is the best for the in the garment industries making also the shoe manufacturing industries also. Hope these are very important. And next one is next I'm talking about the important things is geometric mean, harmonic means also be very important. And what about their geometric mean and harmonic mean properties are also be given in the material for them. Study the carefully about the harmonic mean and average. And in case of for the uh, in case of for the harmonic mean, talk about the properties of harmonic means and where it is applicable. And in case of geometric means also uh, where it is applicable. And relationship between AM, GM, and HM also be. AM is greater than or equal to GM is greater than or equal to HM. This is also very, very, very important. And weighted averages are also we just keep on this study about this average. These are all important measures of central tendency. Uh, yes, one student has asked about the importance of measures of central tendency also. Now coming to the chapter measures of dispersion also. Now measures of dispersion. Next one is very important from a G square equal to AH. This also be very important about the geometric mean square equal to arithmetic mean means harmonic mean. So next talk about the dispersion, coefficient of dispersion, all the what about the absolute measures of dispersion and relative measures of dispersion, and we are talking about the term about the dispersion, how the data is varying from the observations, how the data is spread over um, among the from the mean and median, and if we talk about that, how it is spread over it actually, whether they are positively, whether it is spread very differently actually. In that case, we are using the dispersion technique. Uh, we talk about the absolute measure of dispersion. What is meant by absolute measures are dependent on the unit of the variable under consideration, whereas the relative measures of dispersions are unit free. Means we are not talking about only compare with the percentage how much it was changed. For computing two or more distributions, relative measures are not relative measures and not absolute measures of dispersions are considered. When we want to compare the two or more distributions, in that case, we use the relative measures of dispersion. What are the relative measures of the coefficient of range, uh, coefficient of variation, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation? These are all various measures of trendal tendency. Now, about very examination point of view, I would like to suggest some more. Look at actually, if we take about the y equal to a plus bx, can you able to see? Yes. Range is remains unaffected due to change of origin and change of unaffected by to change of origin, but affected by to change due to change of scale. Here, what is called is here A is the origin and B is called B is or scale. A is origin and B is under scale. But I mean, suppose range 1, second quartile deviation, third standard deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. Okay. We talk about the 4 measures of dispersions, and examination point of view also very important. Like that way, I am just range is affected by change of scale only. Scale only. And quartile deviation is also affected by change of scale only. And standard deviation is also affected by change of scale only. Mean deviation is also affected by change of scale. This is about, if you see the examples which are given in the study material, suppose 5 is increased or in the number or decreased in the number, range will not be affected. By the 2 times, if you suppose these 2 factor is range is increased also be, range remains unaffected due to change of origin, but affected by same ratio due to change in a scale factor. And for 2 constants A and B of 2 variables, x and y related to y equal to a plus bx that has mentioned, then range of y equal to range of y equal to modulus of b, means even though if negative, we take positive only, b into range of x. This about the range. The same property, the same formula is applied for the range in terms of change in the scales factors for the quartile deviation, standard deviation, and mean deviations are also be. And you have to understand the mean deviation about mean range, quotient of range. What is mean by range is used for there is a fluctuations in a temperature in a city for the today morning and lowest and highest also be. And such kind of things are very important. Mean deviation, standard deviation, quartile deviations, percentiles. These are all very important for this chapter is concerned. Standard deviation is the most widely used and commonly used measures of dispersion. Range is the quickest measure of the dispersion, and range is used for the quality control and when we want to uh, compare the extreme observations also. Mean is the rigidly defined mean deviation where rigidly defined based on the all the observation. But the only thing is, even though it's a negative values, we're taking the positive modulus using the uh, like that. It has the rigidly defined also be. Quartile deviation is rigidly defined, much not affected the sample. Like the presence of the uh, 50% of the observations is only taking into account. And the best measures of like that quartile deviation is the useful for the open end classification. And one more question I would like to ask there, where mean deviation is the in the measures of central tendency is concerned, best open-end classification. Here, talk about the measures of dispersion is concerned. Uh, Quartile deviation is the best thing for the open-end classification. Now, this is about the concepts of probability, definition of probability, theorem on some addition, condition probability, expected probability, and its applications are the very important. About the probability definitions, and the probability value should be lies between 0 and 1. Maximum value is 1, and lowest and probability of non-occurrence of an event is 0. And so this is about the probability of A plus probability of A complement equal to 1, and odds again favor of event, odds against, and various types of probability definitions, probability addition theorem of probability, and about the conditional probabilities and expected probability and their applications are also very important. Let us focus on this. All examples are also be, you may get easily able to attend and understand these questions. Next, talk about the theoretical distribution. This is an extension of the probability only. Based on the probability characteristics, the distributions were developed here. The one is like uh, what is a like direct mean discrete distributions and continuous distributions. Now, discrete distributions are like of the binomial distributions based on the binomial distribution, like a probability of success and a probability of failure. That is the and their properties, and the Poisson distribution, and based on the uh, probability of success rarely happened an event is the means probability of an accident happened in a very busy road. If you find out the errors in the very standard material also be, in such cases, the Poisson distribution is used, and the mean and variance are equal in the Poisson distribution case also. This is a very important. Mean is greater than variance in the Poisson binomial distribution. Like that, every property you have to clearly understand, and you will able to clear very basics and easily. First, you concentrate on the basics very much, then you will able to attempt very well also. You will get the confidence also. Now coming to the what is bivariate data, we talk about the earlier was in the distribution, the measures of central tendency and dispersion, and only univariate data. We talk there only single variables about. When the bivariate means at the point of same time, the two variables like x and y, how it will be changed over etc. preparation, bivariate distribution, concepts of giant probability distributions, are like that very important. What is correlation? Positive correlation, whether they are increasing or decreasing in the same direction, positive correlation. If the increasing or decreasing in the opposite direction, negative correlation. What are the measures of various types of correlation? And correlation measures techniques are also given like a scatter. First one is scatter diagram method, and next one is Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient. Uh, Next one is what is Carl Pearson. After that, various methods were also be given in the material, and Spearman's rank correlation method, coefficient of concurrent deviation. These are the four methods, and Carl Pearson product moment correlation, covariance of XYY, standard deviation of XY, X into standard deviation of Y. When the beauty competitions are there, in that case, Spearman's rank correlation based on the given ranks, how they identify the degree of correlation between two variables. And a concurrent deviation method, when there is an increase in the or decrease in the variables, only thing positive and the negative values, degree of direction, whether positive or negative. Based on that, you find the concurrent deviation method also. This is one of the quickest methods of finding the correlation also. Next one is the regression, how we can calculate and compute the regression equation x on y and y on x regression equation properties. And important thing is geometric mean of two regression coefficients. Using that, you find the R value also be very important. Regression lines are passing through the origin. That's also mean very important for the examination terms. And important examination question, just I'm talking about the R square. When R value is given, then you have to find the explain what is the quotient of determination R square. Suppose R value 6 given, 0.6 square is 0.36. That is the quotient of determination. That is the explained variance by total variance. If 1 minus r square is the quotient of non-determination, this is 1 minus r square value. 1.36 minus 0.36, that is 0.64. And already just covered, these are all very important. And when two regressions lines are identical, r equal to -1 or +1, then a perfect positive, negative or positive correlation between two variables. If r equal to 0, or if r equal to 0, two regression lines are perpendicular each other. Perpendicular each other. Just understand, if r equal to 0, both regression lines are, if r equal to 0, perpendicular each other. If r equal to plus or minus 1, they are parallel each other. This is also examination point of view, very important. R square with, suppose R value is given 0.6, this 0.36 is the coefficient of determination. 1 minus R square, 1 minus 0.36, this is 0.64 is the coefficient of non-determination. These are all already covered and very important for the examination. And regression, geometric mean of two regression coefficients is equal to R value also be obtained. And so next I'm talking about the, index numbers. Now, index numbers is also be very, very, very important, and how the selection of data base period, selection of weights, and the index number is a ratio or an average of the ratios expressed in sort of percentage, two or more time periods involved. One which is base time, base period to current year period, price changes, how much our quantity is changed, volume is changed. All these measures are using the percentages changes only, and how the involved in index numbers, selection of data, base period, selection of weights, use of averages, choice of variables. And while compared to the price index number, simple average price relatives. Now come to simple last price index number based on the quantities and prices are also quantity. Now, so talk about the weights actually means in terms of both the last price index number, price quantity and the quantity base year quantities as weights. Examination point of view, very important in the last price index number sigma pn q0 by sigma p0 qn. Last price index number based on the base year quantities as weights. Passive index number based on the current year quantities as weights. Marshall Edgeworth is the average of the last price and Parshish index number also are like average of Marshall Edgeworth index number uses the average of base year and current year quantities as weights. Marshall Edgeworth. Fisher's index, Bowley's index number only average of last price and Parshish index number. Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of last pairs and Cauchy's index. The Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of last pairs and Cauchy's index number. Fisher's index number is the ideal index number. Why it is? Means it is both last time reversal test and factor reversal test satisfies. And so these are very, very important for the exam point of view. Next, if you look at the summary, also be all the chapters actually which are given very, very important. What is the deflated value, current value, shifted value, and all these are very, 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 very important. Mr. Naram Sethi, you would like to say something? Please tell me. बताइए नारायण शेट्टी सागर ठीक है ऑलरेडी मैंने एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टिप्स बताए ऑलरेडी आई एक्सप्लेन्ड वेरी क्लियरली what are the important questions are coming and what are the important aspects you have to focus before going to exams also. Because of very short time is there, you focus on the study material, whatever the chapters you are comfort and whatever the weightage has been given, and you practice well, and you will be definitely able to attempt this exam very successfully also. And now coming to the chapter of the index numbers, 5 questions already explained, and the correlation regression also, what kind of questions, simple questions are also coming. These are all very important. And the simple geometric mean of price relative and weight aggregated with a fixed weight meet the circular test. This is about the importance. What are the 4 tests of adequacy? Unit test, time reversal test, factor reversal test, and circular. Please focus on this study material. And once again, I request all the students just be carefully read all the students study material examples, and you practice well, you definitely successful in the upcoming foundation examination. And anybody wish to say anything? And otherwise, I conclude the section, today's section. And I wish you all the best. And if you have any query, you can call us. Already, we have provided the number there, 012030454949. And wish you all the best to the students. And anything you would like to highlight, and please, anybody wish to talk? Okay, thank you. Technical team, please close this section, and today's session is over.